I'm going to read an excerpt from my novel titled Heroics. The quick summary I usually give is that it's about a woman who gets involved with a group of fundamentalist Christians. It turns out to be a cult, and they end up bombing abortion clinics. The excerpt I'll read was first published in the literary magazine Noon, and then anthologized in the Best Small Fictions. This section is narrated by Will Kendall, who's in love with the woman I mentioned, Phoebe Lin. He's working in Beijing for a few months while she's still back in the US, and he started realizing he may be losing her. I was at ease in the demi-monde of finance, with its new money cowboy swagger, its practitioners bloated with the confidence of men. And they were all men, paid well at high-profile jobs. The hum of competence filled the office like air conditioning. I built intricate maze-like models, reveling in their fiction of a predictable world. The models multiplied, breeding hypothetical yuan. I liked Beijing, too. In physical fact, I was taller than everyone I met. My stride seemed long and tireless, a conqueror's pace, fit for seizing plunder, measuring land. Even my apartment was sized for shorter people. My feet hung off the bed. While my head approached the dollhouse ceiling, the city put up new towers that pushed against the sky. And the food. I was putting on weight. We were fed at the office, but when I left, I kept eating. For the first time since the past fall, I consistently had enough to eat. I glutted myself on roasted Peking duck and paper-wrapped trout, maipo tofu, and thrice-cooked bacon. Boiled, succulent jiaozi, Uyghur lamb shish kebabs, mouth-stinging Sichuan hot pots, baozi, jianbing, spiced grass carp. I thought of how often I'd had to skip meals in Knoxhurst. My pants tightened. I loosened a button, and I ate more. Still, there were limits to this equanimity. The city was hot, its inhabitants loud. After the quiet of Knoxhurst, Beijing drivers seemed especially careless. Once, on a morning in June, I came upon a 5-car pileup. Paramedics hauled blood-stained bodies from twisted cars and laid them on the asphalt. A girl in tight jeans lay in a dark pool of blood so vast, I had the senseless idea her fluids had been squeezed from her body. Then, a motorcyclist's wheel flattened the dead girl's foot. I was in Shichichai one evening, less than a mile from my apartment, but I hadn't walked much in the area. Within minutes, I was lost. I continued walking. I assumed I'd find my way. The night was blood temperature. Girls on bicycles swept past, black triangular seats pressing into tight buttocks. No one knew where I was in the old ill-lit alleys, the zigzag streets of the Hutong, and nobody could look for me. It seemed the tranquility the hermit seeks in the wild, or the starlight on his pillar, could be found in this, the anonymity of solitude. I felt free and blameless. I'd have liked to be lost all night. Too soon, I turned a corner and came across the stalls of street food hawkers, steam coiling up in a haze from grills and open pots. At the last cart, I asked for directions in my accented Mandarin. The vendor replied, but I couldn't understand him. A couple nearby overheard our exchange and offered to help. As they drew me a map, I noticed a girl who'd stopped to buy food. In the imperial fire of the hawker's cart, I saw the upturned stub of a nose, flat hair streaked blue, a translucent plastic backpack with nothing inside. Despite the childish bag, she looked about my age. She had excess baby fat, the kind of flesh a person could grab. When she received the change for her pancakes, she examined the coins, angling her hand to the light. She tucked the money into her pants. She bit into the fried batter, her front teeth tugging free a long, tantalizing shred of bright green. She sucked her lower lip clean of oil. The girl left. I thanked the couple, and I followed her. At half a block's distance, staying on the opposite side of the street, I kept pace through the walled alleys. In the dark, it was easy to keep her in sight, the backpack bobbing ahead like a lamp. I tried to walk quietly. Pigeons alit near me, jingling bells tied to their legs. Cyclists passed. I tripped over a pile of loose bricks. Her hair bounced lightly against the backpack's plastic bulge. As the streets emptied, I had to speed up not to lose her. She was hurrying, impatient to be home, I assumed, but then I saw her glance back as she turned a corner, the round face blazing, then disappearing. Despite the pains I'd taken, she looked afraid. I'd only wanted to follow her for a few minutes, but now, accused by her panic, I felt insulted. Then I saw something pale, a paper, flutter from her hand. Thinking it might be a note, a signal, I paused to pick it up, but it was nothing, half her pancake, crumpled into its napkin. I resumed the chase. She dogleg left. I was losing my breath. She halted, then bent down. I saw her adjust the strap on her sandal. She broke into a run, hobbling. "Hey!" I called.